I was just, let's give that a mercy killing. You never know, right? I got 284 songs filed away on here. And hello, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Nice to see all you. Seen you in a drinking community not long ago. Nice to see everybody. I'm going to save you, Celeste, and go out there. I got a video somewhere up there of reenacting Baywatch on the beach in San Diego somewhere. So nice to see you, Classic Computers, everybody. I never knew there was a drinking community. I would have been drummed out. This is day 20 for me. After today, it will be all downhill from here. The halfway point for no drinking for 40 days, what I have given up for Lent. Mel, how you doing, sweetie? Hey, Andrea, how are you, beautiful? Nice to see you. I'm going to go get this cup of coffee. We're going to get underway. Crybabies, all kinds of things today. Hey, side chat. Let me tell you guys, I hope to hell, hey, Julie, I hope to hell you're proud. Yeah, 20 days. Can you believe it? I've not given in to temptation yet. So, you know, it's a test of personal fortitude. Yeah, when you put your mind to something, Celeste, you just do it. Let me tell you, Cesar, how you doing, babe? Don't be that person in life. If the word gets out that you know how to do taxes and you're good at doing tax returns, man, life can be a nightmare. Used to just have to do my own taxes, and now it's, oh man, Bobby, oh, you can save me $400. Do my no problem at all. Missy Jenn, no problem. Throw it on the pile. All kinds of friends and acquaintances. Don't be that person. Everything all changed this year. Used to just have schedule A, B, C, D. Now you have schedule A, B, C, D, schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a freaking break. Please be careful. Hey, Anthony, you gave up ramen for Lent, huh? There's Vegas Vixen. Vegas Vixen, honey, you're breaking a record for chooching. You sleep at all? Oh, I slept like a baby. I just hammered my keyboard here. I'm such a slob, but I'm a sexy slob, right? Missy Jenn's choking over there. Oh man, you know, when you exude that raw sexiness, you can get away with so much, right? God, I'm so full of shit today. This weather won't let go either. It is so miserable. The rain is back. Have a competition. Ooh, the trans girl at your school. Awesome. I've been eating ramen for, what have I been here? It'll be 8 years. May 31st here on the Rancho. I've probably had ramen for dinner 70% of the time here. How you doing, Miss Linda? Cornmeal and coffee. Good to see you, Shannon. Nice to see you. Hey, Joe Smith, how's it going? No shortcuts. I love ramen. Now, the stuff I eat, the crap I eat, ask my friend Nicole Green. She will tell you, Rosie, you just eat crap. And I do. Simple, easy, fills you up. It's crap. I got no problem with blood pressure. I got no problem with sodium intake and all that. No big deal. No big deal on that. How you doing, Annette? Nice to see you. We're going to go to the ramen restaurant, Vegas Fixing, because I'm going to be in Vegas at least 3 times a year down there. At least, probably 4. Hey, Harvey, Davey, how you doing? That's cool, Davey. Are you able to walk great distances? If you're a street choocher, you got to be able to cover off 5 miles. That's a long way. You know, if you're an old bomber like me, it ain't no big deal, but I'm just saying that's a long way. There we go, Cornell, your proper trailer trash, Rosie. Woo! Hey, D. You know, I don't ever play. Hey, Colleen, how you doing, beautiful? I am a trashy person. There's no doubt about it. All right, I know high class, highfalutin, Gucci, right? None of the fancy accoutrements, necklaces, tennis bracelets, all that stuff. Okay, you're right. I'm going to tell you that. You can't walk 5 miles anymore, huh? You swell up. Mel says, I swell up. Yeah, there you go. Luna has Fat Tony looking for Davey. So, yeah, there we go. How you doing, Bella Rose? Luna is our social justice warrior here on YouTube. Okay, even though she's temporarily fallen into enemy hands, I still love her very much. On YouTube. No shortcuts on YouTube. How you doing, Sean? Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm sitting there last night and I'm hearing a meltdown / whining / complaining / it's your fault, Rosie. It's Norm's fault. It's Elvis's fault. Sucking all the oxygen out of everything. And I'm just thinking to myself, bro, You're going down that same path of trying to build something positive on something negative. Thank you, Bella. And I'm going to tell you, it's a real turnoff. Now, you think to yourself, oh, I had 91 people in there watching me whine last night. Unfortunately, how you doing, Anna? Unfortunately, that sort of negative reinforcement will lead you to falsely believe that there is a gold mine waiting to be exploited every time you go negative and complain on YouTube. Complain about Elvis. Complain about me. Complain about Norm. We're not, how would I say this? We don't move. We move our own pieces around the chessboard here on Boyd, okay? But we can't control what other people do. And some people get bent out of shape. I knew what was going on last night with the Norm thing and having a few laughs and Tucker having a little bit of fun. And some people take that stuff real personally. But I'm just going to tell you what, there's no shortcuts on YouTube. And you may say to yourself, it's not fair. I've been here since 2006. But what have you really accomplished on YouTube? Where is your portfolio to show? Where's your portfolio to present and tell people this is the content that I bring? Now, I'm lucky. I'll say it right up front. I'm a little touched in the head, but otherwise I don't have a lot of medical issues. I'm lucky. There's a lot of people down here that are really seriously disabled, in a lot of pain on a daily basis. And I, thank goodness, I'm not one of them. So I would feel really bad if I came on and I tried to play a sympathy card to try to touch people's hearts. You know, what is an alpha male? What is an alpha male? It's a person that stands up that other men and a lot of women can admire and say, gee, no matter what, this person stands firm as a beacon of strength, of fortitude. A person that people can admire and look at and be stoic, you know, like a cut of a George Patton, a Douglas MacArthur, a Dwight Eisenhower. You know, I think of somebody like Patton, probably could have had his arm blown off and still would have been out there giving hell and standing tall. Robert E. Lee. It's a man who takes care of responsibility, thank you, Andrew, and does not whine about it. And does not dump on other people, to take all of that inner, what would you say, angst and worry and fears and tiredness and, you know, just exasperation, and keeps it locked up inside for the benefit of other people. It may not be a good thing. How you doing, Cassidy? And that's right, Colleen. And most people who complain with the simplest things in life, I want to read that again. I want to see that again, what Colleen posted. Most people who struggle with the simplest things in life rarely complain. So all of a sudden, I'm looking at somebody that's thinking now that the key to it all is just come on and complain and whine. and grow your viewership. But what's not going to happen is you're not going to get that reward of support. Hey, Fish, how you doing, Dr. Fish? You're not going to get that reward of support on YouTube because there are no shortcuts on YouTube. Debbie Areola, there's one person to talk to Bergs that night when Bergs was whining about reaching 1,000. I suggest that you direct your attention to somebody else here on YouTube, another high-profile person, and ask them. How you doing, Nicole? I've never bought subs for anybody else because I would be in fear, or myself, because I would be in fear that you could get terminated for something like that. There are no shortcuts on YouTube. Somebody like Nicole, my wonderful friend on here, we've slowly built their stuff over time. No great jumps, no big gazoombas of subs or anything like that. There are no shortcuts on YouTube. Growing subscribers is not an automatic entree to pulling in money. You sure as hell won't pull it in on the YouTube side if there's no content that people can watch, or you consistently take down videos. You have nothing to build a view count or a following on. Those random people that come along, find something and say, wow, this person is pretty intriguing. I think I'm going to hit him with a sub. It's not going to happen because there's nothing there. Hold on a minute. Post office guy. Listen to George, huh? What the hell is that? Oh, man. Oh, I know what that is. For Rosie O. More fan mail, baby. I know what that is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, SWAT. Another SWAT coming down, not the cops again. I'm ready for the cops anytime. Thanks, Annette. Buying subs, there are no shortcuts. Yeah, that pug means business. There's no shortcuts on YouTube. I really firmly believe that it's like, remember John Houseman on the old Smith Barney commercials when they talked about how the Smith Barney earned their money? Smith Barney earned their money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. Hey, Nick. How you doing, Kitten Cat? If you think that being negative is going to create a stream of support coming for you, I think that you're going to be sadly mistaken and disappointed. Unless you put up content, unless you're some type of YouTube genius like a Peter McKinnon that can go from 0 to 1 million subs in 1 year because he's a phenomenal talent, there's going to be no paydays. That's not to say somebody like Norm doesn't come along once in a while, does his thing. But that's an outlier on YouTube. That doesn't really happen that often. You look at me, you look at Elvis, it's not right. There's content. Some people question the content, but there's something to be looked at. There's some basis of history there that starts to accrue. People coming on board. Until you have that kind of thing, it's very difficult. There's really no shortcuts on YouTube. Now, you might be the kind of person, and I don't think you are, that says money doesn't matter. I just do it for the hell of it. They're out there. There's people like that. A lot of them in this community. How you doing? We see you. Yeah, if you put out awesome content, you never have to think about buying subs. Things take care of itself. Slow grind. But let me tell you what. The people that join you will stay with you, as opposed to some crew randomly with computers in tens, in Tajikistan or Azerbaijan that are giving you phony subs and things like. Just not going to work out that way. You either have a lot of subs and low viewership, which you suspect, or you have a lot of viewership and low subs, which is more common in my type of person, being trans. A lot of people don't want to have a trans person show on there, especially one out there on their subscription list. So we get bookmarked a lot, but the view count is extraordinarily high. Why? Because the content is there. Sometimes you get two together. You get your nomadic fanatics, your people that build channels the slow way, the old-fashioned way. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, to whine and complain about the state of things on YouTube is a really weak foundation. I can't think of anybody. Maybe some of you can. Maybe some of you, yeah, I like fish. I like Dr. Fish. Maybe some of you know some people that have been very negative and yet have pulled positive on you. You'll say, well, grumpy old grumpy grandpa or something like that. It's just people realize that kind of stuff is just a show. It's made for fun. Hey, Mrs. Zombie. Some people got bent out of shape. Hey, what about Glenda Sully, on this retired woman from Louisiana that lives in New Jersey within sight of New York City now? And I had somebody write me, isn't this just brutal, Rosie? This woman comes on and she rockets from 5,000 to 25,000 subs in 2 months. And blah, blah. She hits a certain note that resonates with people. An older person who's struggling to get by on Social Security. We never know what the magic key is. But unless you try, and unless you're willing to put your own life out there, then it's going to be very difficult to have and build success that may have a financial reward to it. Because as it is now, and I've said it before, if you're out there slogging for the financial reward before you do the work and before you put the effort in and before you whine and complain to people about finances and the state of your finances, do what everybody else did, including me. Bootleg your shit. And I'll show you what I mean. Bootstrap yourself. Don't ever talk about equipment. Hey, Robert, this is General Electric A1250. Probably one of the worst cameras that was ever made, but all that was available to me when I was on the Rancho here in 2012, 2013, when I was trying to document restoration here. Yeah, I saw all that kit and cat. I think I picked this up for $5 at a flea market and probably did my first 100 YouTube videos out of 12,000 YouTube videos with this camera. 12.2 megapixel, virtually no storage at all, no stabilization, no nothing on it. You don't need fancy gear. You have something that I didn't have at that time. I'll show you. You might say, oh, you could use your phone at that time. I'll show you what the hell my phone was at that time. What video is posted? Yeah. Yeah, look at this. This is, anybody recognize this? That's a Samsung what? A Samsung flip phone. Look at what we got today. And look at what you use now. I still use this today. There's no excuses. I can't go here. I can't go there. Every place that you live in America has something interesting to share with people. Share your story. If you lack basic creativity and the ability to captivate and hold people, then you're going to be miserable on YouTube. If you're a content creator, not on the consumption side, there seem to be the happiest people on YouTube that don't get all caught up in content, but simply come in here to enjoy what other people are doing here on YouTube. Without them, we're nothing content creators. They're like 95% of what's out there. Okay, so I'm just going to say this, that there are no shortcuts on YouTube. There's no excuses for not being able to make content. You have to be willing to start small, start humble, start with crap if you need to. And as the great Casey Neistat said, when they ask him repeatedly, when he gives talks and goes to conferences and does motivational speaking, they ask him, what's the secret of success on YouTube? 3 words. Anybody know what those 3 words are? Hey, Shannon. Creating content, great copy. Anybody know what those 3 words are? Let's see. See if anybody knows what those 3 words are. Not don't eat poop. Just keep uploading. That was his best advice. Just keep uploading. There are no shortcuts. Real simple here. Just do it and enjoy. That's right, Colleen. And I've sure enjoyed. Once in a while I have binge day on Colleen and some other people, but I sure enjoy the content from Hawaii. Never give up. I want to go my travel rig, then the real Then the real topic of today, we all have a past, okay? But let me just talk about the travel rig. There was some confusion when I put up the video of the 2016 Dodge ProMaster. You know, I had nomadic tater tot. It's like, Rosie, you're just doing shit for the views. You didn't do anything to that rig. You didn't build it out. I put videos building out and showing building out with the sleeping deck on it and the under storage, doing that. But that was just a point. I don't want to do a big build out. I don't want to waste a moment of life. Okay? I don't want to waste a moment of time screwing around. The most important thing for me to travel is, can you sleep comfortably? If you can't sleep comfortably in an RV, you're screwed. As long as I have a place to crawl into, a deck to crawl on top of with a gym mat and foam and everything else, I'm good to go. I don't care about anything else. I got a cook stove underneath that I'll show you guys. I got a really dependable rig. Okay, it'll do, because right now I'm so damn disappointed and so sick of the prices that I'm seeing for Class B vans right now. They're just reaming people on those things. Let me fix this for a minute. That's exactly right, Sister Earth. I'm going to do my living on the outside of it. Okay? My sleep time is minimal. I like to be up and at 'em outside, cooking in a park, as I've done before in years gone past with boondocking and all that and going out. I'm not here to engage in a lot of theatrics and a lot of BS and a lot of contrived drama. Ooh, my rig broke down. Ooh, you know, my generator went out. I want shit simple, at least for right now. Okay? That's the key. Class Bs are way overpriced right now. They're sticking it to people like nobody's business. The day that you're going to pay more, like a Mercedes Sprinter van, $150,000, look at what you could buy with that, a house and land. Great if you can afford that. But you're buying a depreciating asset over time. Okay, stuff is loony. It's insane. I'm telling you, Nicole. Road Treks are great rigs, Davey. In my opinion. You know, you get a little travel van like I have, you get hooked up with Planet Fitness, you're all set. You get yourself a nice hot shower, work out every other day, you're good to go. Life is pretty sweet. That's right, Cobra John. RVs are not investments. Despite what anybody tries to tell you. Maybe Airstreams, you can make a case, or some of the classic Airstreams are certainly more valuable than when they were first produced, but they're more like collector's items. I know, Smooth. That's good to know. Daily loss of value. Okay. But I will say Class Bs hold their value pretty well, but the prices are ridiculous. So this is what I'm going to go with until such time as a decent Class B comes my way. And I've always found that by being patient, thank you, Jan. I've always found by being patient, it always pays off in the long run. Dee said, hubby and I are getting a small RV and hitting the road as soon as I feel better, hopefully in a year. Well, I hope you do. The other thing that really bothers me about RVing now is the price that they're charging to overnight at some RV parks are getting on the order of motels. If you think you're going to save money, well, let's just say, I mean, you can travel. We've got Jan of Jan and Bruce Adams Van Adventures, who really have written the definitive video portfolio about conversion van travel in America. They're not paying highfalutin prices to be at RV parks. They're hitting state parks, national parks, other place to park on passes and things. So they're traveling. You can do that economically and still be comfortable. But I'll tell you, when I see the prices that they are charging for RV parking, now it's no wonder people are filling up Walmart, Home Depot, and Lowe's parking lots. That's right. Hey, Joe King, how you doing? The cheaper you can travel, the more sustained that you can be on the road. Yeah, it takes some adjustment. It takes some adjustment. This is not my ideal travel rig. It's not. But for right now, it'll do till I scrape money together and don't feel like I'm being ripped off. I don't want to get an old bomber again and have to do all that damn work. Why buy something that's a money pit? That's right, Blinky. I don't want to do that. I don't think anybody should. And then you go to these RV parks and you want to go to a nice place like San Diego, they're $90 a day. Mission Bay RV Park. Man, I can stay at the King's Inn on Hotel Circle for $69 a night. You know? And I don't have to worry about police. You know, things are just getting screwed up. I mean, it's just, there's too much funny money out there. It's just too expensive. The parks are too filled up. There's too much demand. Now, would you, yeah, that's right, Joe King. I may be happy I don't get it because I can always, hey, stickers, I can always pop in and out of just a hotel. No worry. And know in my head that I'm paying less than I would be if I went to an RV park. That's where I think Gerald has it right. When he can pop into a Motel 6 once in a while. Cassie's like, spent $770 at the beach this weekend. Woo! Oh, oceanfront condo. How you doing, Danny G? Hey, Barbie, the beautiful Barbie Pena in the house. How you doing, honey? I'm just burned out on Class Bs. Okay, take care, Nicole. I'm burned on Class Bs. I don't, this is what it's gonna be. Okay, so those of you who think I'm just being a cheap mofo and you know, I'm just getting too lazy to take something old and fix it up. Man, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to be stupid. Okay. And I'm quite sure if I'm a little bit patient, thank you, Barbie. I'm sure if I'm a little bit patient, something may drop into my lap. Okay. But right, you know, I kind of think we're on the precipice of a little bit of a economic recession here. It'll be a different story, I think, at that point. Well, Gerald's not, you know, I don't know what goes through Gerald's mind. Yes, he's, you know, I've always been, hi, Monique, how are you? I've always been very positive on Gerald. I've always liked Gerald. I always look forward to meeting Gerald on the road, but Gerald's consumed with his own thoughts about what's going on in the community, and I can't dissuade him from that stuff, okay? All I can say is I continue to like Gerald very much. I don't believe Gerald really means the things he says about me, and I just think it's in the heat of the moment. As you guys know, Gerald gets carried away, gets excited, gets on a roll. Oh, Barbie finally got some sleep. What's going on, Elvis? take the stickers off his units and make it more stealthy, unless he takes. Yeah, I don't. What can I say about? You're never going to be stealthing a Coachman camper van. I'm sorry. You'll be stealthing my rig. As long as you're not required to have a sticker in the neighborhood to park there, you're going to probably be okay. Especially if I slap, O'Kelly electrical and mechanical consulting, or something like that on it. I don't want to put money down. I don't have the money for that. Honest to God, I don't have the money to pour into that. My first rig, the 74 GMC RV, I got the guy down to $5,500, maybe $5,000, because I ended up taking him over to DMV and forcing him to prove that the registration was up to date, and he had to fork over the back registration fees. If ever you buy a vehicle, take the person with you to DMV, stand at the counter, and when they tell you everything's all paid up, and you're going to transfer the title and registration, do it right at the DMV counter with them, okay? It can be an eye-opening experience. The second one I bought out of Reno and drove it home needed quite a bit of work. Got that one for about $5,500 net too. Okay? Doing good, Kim. Nice to see you. That moonshine helped pay for a lot of stuff around here. That's it, Dory Lynn. That's exactly it. Take them with you. All right, winter time's the best time to buy a lot of stuff. You're not going to be stealthing a Coachman camper van. I'm sorry, if you take the stripes off of it, it's not going to do a darn thing, because people see when the shades are drawn or whatever, they know what the hell's going on. Something pops up on their street. They're not dumb. They know. How you doing, Inspector Blakey? Nice to see you. Hey, if you can get away with it, great. The one thing that always impressed me the most about Elvis and his boondocking was he was able to take his camper van into Key West and boondock down there successfully for I don't know how many nights to be able to do that. That was quite an accomplishment. Hey, Barbie girl. How you doing, sweetie? And I will forever give him and Howie Roll massive credit for that. That was quite an accomplishment to be able to do that. Yeah, we got the other Barbie, huh? That's my Barbie girl. That's my Chicago Barbie girl there. Yeah, it's just been horrible here. It just went right back to the low 50s and raining like crazy here. It just sucks. Hello, Holly. How are you, sweetie? I got to tip my hat to anybody that's able to boondock and get away with it down in Key West. That's a pretty amazing thing to be able to do, at least in my opinion. How you doing, Oda May? That's pretty amazing to be able to do that. How you doing, quirky girl? Yeah, Gerald's a real van dweller. Does a good job. He takes care of business. He works his job. That's good. Yeah, times at a 10 in good weather can't be beaten. That's nice. That's nice. Last topic I want to get on to today is the most important one, and that's we all have a past on YouTube. Many of us do. I shouldn't say we. Well, we all do technically have a past. Some of us have a rather shady, shaky past. And you come on YouTube and you be a content creator. And it's inevitable. We tend to start out very optimistic and very wide-eyed, and everybody's really sweet and kind on YouTube, and it's a great place to be. I started that. Oh, it's great. You know, you can be everything you want to be. But when it's all said and done, you'll see some people, after a period of time, they retract in horror from YouTube. Because, let me fix this thing for a minute. Yeah, I got to figure out what went wrong with that software. Because if you get known and if you're very out there, people will research, do the work on you. You will be doxxed out. People will search records. People will ask other people to, and this happened to me back at the time of the Alamo incident back in January, February of 2018, where I chose at that time to stand against the tide of what was going on. And I remember one of the big social justice warriors telling another guy on here, make sure you know where to grab the records, go get the background check on Rosie. And you just knew the forces were marshaling. You know, because you have a difference of opinion here on YouTube, you can let yourself in for a lot of trouble. This is why I tell people today, be very, very, very careful about who you get friendly with and who you give your information to. I'm very proud myself that any information I have has continuously been locked and will be forever. But I'm afraid there's not a lot of people that can say that same thing on YouTube, okay? You be friendly with somebody today, tomorrow you never know what's going to happen. The longer you stick around, the more you hang with people on panels, the more inevitable you're going to have a falling out. Somebody's going to say something. Somebody's going to get triggered. Things are going to escalate, and before you know it, you got a war on your hands. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, this person's knows everything about me. Now you got to lay awake at night and worry, is this, hey Joey D, and worry, is this person going to fuck with my life? Or to what extent is this person going to mess with my life? There's all kinds of people with different mental mindsets out there that can make social media a very, very dangerous thing. I know that, kitten cat. And what makes it particularly troubling is what I call the glass house syndrome, where some of the most strident social justice warriors that think they're standing up and doing the most for people here on YouTube do the very most damage to people. Mainly because of a difference of opinion. People that stand up and call other people a piece of shit and that have no moral fiber or no sense of decency whatsoever end up being exposed themselves. I've always wondered what the hell goes through people's minds when they choose to grab some supposed high ground of moral ascendancy over everybody else. When you've had your family fucked with, your job fucked with, livelihood, friends of friends, people that put up websites, people that post to shitty websites, and they don't have a moment of hesitation to do the things that they do. Not one thought about what the fallout is except, gotcha. And it really, really makes me sick. So when somebody says, "Oh, you got the boy brain, Rosie, nothing bothered," yeah, you reach a point where it's the damage has been done in exponentially done, and then you for some weird fucked up reason you feel liberated. You feel released. Oh, your past is, oh, Rosie was jailed. Rosie, DUI, all this stuff, whether it's true or not. People will pull your records. They'll pull your background on you. They'll discover everything about your background, but they will not bother to see the person that you are today. They will relish digging up that past and throwing it in your face and making other people wear. We all go through passages in time. I certainly have. Dark times, fighting the dark forces within me. I've seen my friends wrestle with the dark forces within them. I've done things that I'm not proud of. But the only thing great now is I'm out there. But for those of you who really relish your privacy, don't ever think when you friend up somebody that it can happen to you. Because it can. And the other thing too, when you're a self-styled social justice warrior, don't be surprised when the boomerang comes around on you. Because there's a lot of people with time on their hands on the other side that have the ability to retain legal counsel, that have the ability to do and recruit as great a detective work as you did initially to lay your life bare. That to me is the real thing that I would love to protect everybody from here on YouTube. So you never have to go through that. Because there's people down here that have no sense. They might think that you have a sense of not being decent because you jump around in a bikini, because you did some bad videos before in the past that people copied off of webcams and things like that. Yeah, it's out there. But is what you're doing any better, and is your past any better? When you hold yourself up as a social justice warrior? You hang around here enough years and you see it all. You see the whole tide rise and fall and rise and fall. And then you'll see there comes a point where people that you thought were tight with you, well, you cross a line with them, as we've seen recently in the last 3 weeks or so. You cross a line with them and they got plenty of beans to spill. Because while you were worrying about having the fun of calling cops on people to come to their houses and fuck with people's jobs and families and all that, they're lining up to do the same thing to you. Might be a little slower, but I think there's that old saying that payback is a bitch when it happens. The only thing certain is change. Be a private person. Hey, Ella Bella. Be a private person. There just aren't the boundaries that some people feel. Some screwed up sense of being protectors and being warriors for the good of others. We're not babies down here. People have eyes. Don't sell people short. A lot of people are just here for the fucking show. You go, Oda May. Cobra John, it's fine. You know, I'm just putting out my own experience that we all have a past. Many of us have our own dark things that we think about at night. How you doing, Sister Evil? 60 says, I'm here because I'm alone. This is a good place to be. Happy belated birthday, Cassidy. This is a good place to be. But just recognize how fast things can change down here and how you can be on the run. I can't tell you how many people I've seen over the 6 years come down all happy and left here broken people. Yeah, love Cassidy. What a sweetheart. So I guess this is all a preface to say real information is coming out on people that have been self-styled social warriors here. And it's, you know, we'll just see what happens. At various times, I've liked some of these people. At various times, I've hated some of these people. I'm not in the line of fire, but I will enjoy, you know, I've already been shot through, but I'm going to enjoy seeing what happens. Love you too, Susie. Thank you, Dusty. It's going to be interesting to see how other people react when all of their information comes out now. I wish them the best. Well, Harvey, you'll have to make that determination. I've seen plenty of people leave the Boyd, but they don't tend to leave for long down here because it is an intriguing place. How you doing, Lady T? I'm not getting any kind of rig right now, Lady T. I'm just going to stick with what I have right now. Hey, Nathan. My rig was proven to be able to take all the road, give me stealth, give me some comfort, and I'm happy about that. Jan said, I hate the doxing that's going on. Yeah, Jan, it's going to be really bad over the next month or so. Thank you, Quirky. And there's some people that have done some stuff down here that people are going to come after them in a big way, I fear. We all have a past. The smart people recognize their past. They own it, but they don't go messing with other people's pasts. Boyd in training. Yeah, let's see how the next few weeks go. That's all I say. No, Boyd is very strong. A lot of, especially if you've been through the hell and the tortures and the bullshit. Yeah, you can stand tall down here because you're at the point you don't give a fuck anymore, you know? I think your van is great, Jan. I'll trade you. I will trade you. That's exactly right, Celeste says. The one thing I can say about you, Rosie, is you never judge anyone's past or even who their friends are. And people change too. A person that I stood up and helped in a time of need, a loved one of that person, had no compunction at all about coming out and throwing me under the rails because of their own self-serving need to be a social justice warrior. That hurt. That hurt Missy Jenn. Probably one of the kindest and most unaffiliated people down here, was gladly chucked under the road, right under the bus, without a second of thought. Despite her shining character and her unwillingness to do anything to ever hurt anybody on YouTube. This person didn't have a hesitation. But boy, when this person's loved one was under attack, woo! All of a sudden, I'm supposed to feel sorry for him and his circumstance. Really? When this person didn't give a fuck about me or Missy Jenn. She would never say anything bad about anybody, nor has she ever. But she had to suffer this outrage. And I've never, ever gotten an apology because big egos at work. We all have a past. Yeah, they know that Jen is my Achilles heel, but they don't know how strong Jen really is, though. That's the thing. Jen doesn't need to come back and feel that machismo to take the field and raise the battle flag and be a tough guy. She just chalks it up to that's life. You know, but Dusty, that's, you know, my stuff is past. I mean, we've had the cops, you know, once you've had that, you know, the fourth or fifth time here, you don't really care anymore. You know, I'm over 60 years old. I don't really give a flying. I'm going to be on the road. People are going to do what they do. They're going to feel good and feel good about themselves. Who cares? So it should be a very interesting spring here coming up. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down now. Thank you for being along today. Just remember, above all, protect your privacy on here. Okay, be very sure of your steps. Okay, be very sure of who you think that you can trust down here. And also realize that when given the chance, there are some people with a mental state that all they can think about is hurting other people without a bit of remorse. because in their minds, they think they're being social justice warriors for something, and yet they never accomplish anything. All right, so have a good day, everybody, and I will see you around. No chooching in the rain today. Thanks, everybody.